Most males, 99%, never hear this. Your body either prepares you for powerful, long-lasting performance or subtly erodes it throughout the first hour after waking up. Your decisions each morning determine whether your circulation improves or stagnates, whether your reflexes remain quick or get slower, and if your confidence increases or decreases. When they wake up, many men in their 50s, 60s, and beyond feel exhausted, stiff, and unconnected to the person they used to be. Energy is low. Drive is diminished, and intimacy feels more like a memory than a routine. So you know something has changed. According to a groundbreaking Harvard study, circulation, rather than low T or aging, is the cause of more than 80% of performance problems. And where does this obstruction usually start? During your first hour of wakefulness, you have small, neglected behaviors, habits you can break right now. A specialist in men's health who has spent more than 2 decades assisting thousands of men in reviving their vitality. In this video, I'll walk you through a straightforward 4-step morning ritual that will boost your oxygen intake, balance important hormones, and improve your reflexes, all without the need of pricey devices or medicines. And if you stick with me through to the finish, I'll tell you about a little-known change that in just 7 days enabled a 64-year-old patient restore complete confidence and consistent performance. Tap the bell and click the subscribe button if you are concerned about your strength, circulation, and self-assurance. For effective men's health treatments, this channel is the place to go. Before we get started, let me know in the comments if you're prepared to start over. If you're in, simply type yes. If not, that's all right. To let me know what you're looking for, type an O. Let's now immediately dispel the largest fallacy regarding male vitality. Healthy circulation is essential to your masculinity. Your blood vessels' capacity to open, flow, and supply nutrients is the foundation for every signal, reaction, and boost in self-esteem. Your vitality declines when that process deteriorates. The problem is endothelial dysfunction, which results in reduced blood flow. This is the result of your blood vessels' inner lining malfunctioning. Nitric oxide is released in smaller amounts. Arteries stiffen. Blood no longer flows as it once did. The symptoms start at that point. Weaker reflexes, sluggish energy, and decreased drive. The worst thing is that most men are prescribed medications that treat symptoms rather than the underlying problem. Allow me to introduce you to Joe, a lifelong patient of mine. He is 68. He approached me in private, feeling ashamed. He spoke simply. I no longer feel like myself. He felt his wife was far away. He failed to see the pride, the connection, and the spark. He claimed that he felt as though his body was closing the door behind him. However, Joe returned with color in his face after just 3 weeks of focused circulatory training, which began with a certain morning regimen. He said, "I feel present again, alive and able." I realized he wasn't alone at that point, even in older years. Morning exercise improves blood vessel function, increases nitric oxide release, and helps reverse endothelial dysfunction, according to several studies. There's something even more important to think about. The effects of erectile dysfunction extend beyond intercourse. Usually it manifests 3 to 5 years prior to heart disease. Indeed, what's going on down there is a strong indicator of what's going on in your cardiovascular system. Indeed, studies reveal that blood vessel dilatation might decrease by almost 50% by the time you reach your 60s. The flow dilatation of a healthy man in his 20s is 7 to 8%. That falls to only 3 to 4% by the age of 60. It's more than a slight decline. The slowness is biological. Function cannot be restored by desire alone. No matter how much motivation you have, nothing will happen if your blood flow isn't able to keep up. Consider it this way. Although a firefighter may be prepared to extinguish a fire, he will be unable to do so if the hose is kinked or the water pressure is low. Men who just concentrate on increasing libido frequently become frustrated as a result. Circulation is the main problem. Blood vessels are capable of healing. Nitric oxide is released by endothelial cells, which react rapidly to the correct stimuli, particularly in the morning. Your cortisol naturally rises, and your blood vessels are more susceptible to stimulation in the mornings, since your hormones are more active during this time. In just a few weeks, some morning routines have been shown to increase nitric oxide levels by 21%. This naturally results in improved blood flow, reflexes, and sexual response. Your body uses nitric oxide as a master circulation switch. It provides guidance on when to open your arteries and how much pressure to keep them at. Everything slows down without it, and your nitric oxide levels may decrease by up to 75% by the time you're 70. However, such decline is reversible. As we'll discuss in today's 4-step exercise, research actually shows that you can restore nitric oxide by combining breathing, targeted movement, and natural chemicals. I want you to hear this clearly before we go into the specific steps. How you think is where real transformation begins. You've already given up if you've come to terms with the fact that decline is unavoidable. Your morning activities either stimulate your body's circulation or cause it to deteriorate even more. This time is crucial for men over 60, yet most men are unwittingly making bad decisions before the day even begins, rather than using their bodies. Allow me to share a brief tale with you. A distinguished internist with decades of experience, Dr. Michael Harrison, told me something that really resonated with me. His mornings had been the same for more than 30 years. Get out of bed, have a quick shower, eat bread, drink coffee, and head straight to work. He was exhausted by lunchtime when he reached 62. He was losing his mental acuity. His motivation had diminished. He thought it was a natural part of growing older, but after managing a few labs and analyzing his own behaviors, he realized the reality. The entire time, his morning routine had been against him. He was not keeping his blood vessels supported. His hormones weren't being helped. He was stealing his own vitality. The body is programmed to react strongly to the early hours of the day. The daily peak of testosterone occurs between 6 and 9 a.m. Naturally, cortisol levels rise to control metabolism and attentiveness. Nitric oxide increases the reactivity of your blood vessels. To put it briefly, your body is ready to function, but only if you provide it with the proper stimulus. According to clinical research, performing the same identical practice in the morning can have a 3-fold greater impact than doing so later in the day. Because your body is primed to react, health actions in the morning are more effective. However, let's examine what many men actually experience on a typical morning. Keep your eyes open. First, pick up the phone. A news, stress, or message-filled screen rapidly throws off your cortisol cycle. The kitchen is the next stop. Coffee without food, a sugary dessert perhaps. Nothing at all perhaps? No water, no actual gasoline. Then immediately onto the couch, a desk, a car, or a chair. A silent catastrophe results from that domino effect. Overnight dehydration causes the blood to remain thick. Caffeine and screen time increase stress hormones. Food that has been processed or no food at all causes inflammation. Even worse, you're still seated. What's going on beneath the surface? To pump heavier blood, your heart must work harder. Rather than relaxing, your vessels constrict, supposed to rise. Most vital component of your circulation, nitric oxide, is unable to activate. Result of all this is a vascular and hormonal crash that lasts the remainder of the day. Has an impact on your manhood in addition to your vitality. Demonstrate what occurs when you properly change those habits. A 66-year-old accountant. Brief breakfast and a cup of coffee. He checks his emails and then heads directly to his work. He felt exhausted before lunch and that at night he was not in contact with his spouse. Minutes in the morning sun outside. And slowly, for 5 minutes, hips and legs, a high-protein breakfast. Gordon began waking up on his own without the need for an alarm within 3 weeks. Be more engaged in his relationship, more driven, and even in a more stable mood. More was revealed by the numbers. He saw a 30% decrease in inflammatory markers and an 18% increase in testosterone. Small, focused changes have that kind of power. You don't have to change your entire way of life. You don't have to meditate on a mountaintop or work out for an hour. All you have to do is make the first half hour to an hour after getting up work for you. Your body responds best during that window, and the advantages increase daily if you support it. I'll show you the precise 4-step morning routine up next. It's easy, quick, and most guys see a change within the first 7 days if you follow it consistently. Your body's most potent systems are energized by the compound effect created by each step building on the one before it. Nitric oxide, testosterone, and metabolic equilibrium. Let's dissect it. Exposure to sunshine in the morning is the first step. Within an hour of waking up, spend 10 to 15 minutes outside. Avoid staring through windows and do not wear sunglasses. It all depends on direct exposure. Compared to just 300 lux indoors, outdoor light surpasses 10,000 lux even on overcast days. Entire hormonal cycle for the day is activated by the morning sun. More potent, though, is the fact that exposure to natural light causes your skin and blood vessels to create more nitric oxide, which improves circulation and blood flow everywhere in the body, including vital areas. To one study, males who regularly received early sunshine saw a 25% increase in testosterone levels in just 2 weeks. With stretching or gentle walking to maximize the benefits, system receives that movement as a signal to wake up, circulate, and supply oxygen-rich blood to the muscles' other parts of the body. Breathing is the second step. Minutes to practice 5 per minute slow belly breathing. Nervous system gets reset as a result. Sit comfortable or lie down. Take a 6-second breath through your nose. Hold for 2 seconds. Breathe out slowly for 6 seconds via your mouth. Do it again. It should be your abdomen, not your chest, that rises. Tell you're breathing through the diaphragm in this way. Body's healing mode, the parasympathetic nervous system, is triggered by this. Pressure soothes the heart and lowers cortisol, the stress hormone that prevents the creation of testosterone. Significantly, it increases the synthesis of nitric oxide in your lungs and nasal passages, which helps to improve oxygen transport throughout your body and enlarge your blood vessels by up to 20%. Type of breathing helps you set a constant, peaceful tone for your blood flow, hormone balance, and mental clarity as you begin your day. Physician first if you have any concerns about your blood pressure. Now primed your hormones. Blood vessels have widened as a result of your deep, deliberate breathing. Time to immediately boost your testosterone levels now. Single microset of compound strength exercises is the third step. It's not a complete workout, it's a brief signal to your brain and body to focus. That power is still important. Set of a complex movement will be performed by you. To the way your testosterone reacts to it, this calls for an activity that works several muscle groups simultaneously. Exercise to perform on a staircase, such as body weight squat, push up or step up, and slowly. Repetitions, not exhaustion, is the aim. Muscles should feel active, yet you should be able to move around without having time to recover. Wall if they are difficult, chair if squats feel unsteady, trying to get a pump, body to preserve blood flow, strength, and testosterone sensitivity. A detectable increase in testosterone after just 2 to 3 minutes each day. To studies, increases the potency of the following step. Fourth step is to have breakfast within 2 hours of waking up in order to increase testosterone. Raw materials are the focus of your morning meal. Your body requires the proper micronutrients to activate testosterone and proteins and healthy fats to produce it. Here's a straightforward yet powerful illustration. Side of berries such as blueberries, raspberries, or blackberries, half an avocado, 2 to 3 scrambled eggs, and a handful of spinach sautéed in olive oil. Blood flow, protein, healthy fats, and vitamins like magnesium and zinc. which are necessary cofactors for the creation of testosterone. Have low vitamin D levels or little morning sun exposure. Take 800 2000 IU of a D3 supplement with breakfast. Been demonstrated that only this one step can increase testosterone levels in men by up to 25%. Of this into a simple, straightforward morning routine that sets the tone for day and takes less than 30 minutes. Phase focuses on energy, hormone balance, and circulation, all of which are closely related to your performance and vitality as a man. Commence at 630 a.m. Allow your body to rise without the jarring sound of alarms or displays. Keep the room quiet. The phone should be kept out of reach. This tells your brain to remain calm, vigilant, parasympathetic, and prepared to reset. Start exposing yourself to sunlight around 6:35 a.m. Instead than looking through a window, let the sun shine directly into your eyes. Even if it's just around your driveway, take a quick stroll. Your circadian rhythm is reset. Dopamine and testosterone levels are increased, and your sleep-wake cycle is regulated by this light exposure. Sit or lie down at 6:45 a.m. Take a slow 6-second breath, hold it for 2, and then take another 6-second breath out. For just 5 minutes, repeat this 5 times per minute. Your nitric oxide rises, your cortisol falls, and your blood vessels open. Increase blood flow throughout your body by up to 20%. Start 2 to 3 minutes of strength training at 650 a.m. Choose one exercise such as step-ups, body weight squats, or push-ups. Perform 8 to 12 controlled repetitions. Use chair squats or wall push-ups to adjust it if your wrists or knees are sensitive. This is about telling your body to make testosterone, not about perspiring, and make use of it where it matters. Feed your hormones at 6:55 a.m., a handful of berries, a couple slices of avocado, sautéed spinach, and 2 or 3 eggs. Keep everything tidy and uncomplicated. If you need additional calories, add nuts or olive oil. Your hormones, not your waist, are fueled by this meal. If you are not exposed to sunlight on a daily basis, think about including 800 to 2000 IU of vitamin D3 with your meal. Your brain is clear around 7:30 a.m. Your body is ready. With this natural fuel, your system is prepared to face the day. That's all, no tricks. Only true physiological recovery. James, a 63-year-old retired contractor, claimed that his enthusiasm was waning. His relationship had faded into peaceful distance. He lacked motivation, and his mind was always foggy. James did more than simply feel better after following this morning routine for 6 weeks. In the afternoon, he was energized once more. He began working on household tasks. He claimed that his motivation had returned, both physically and in his relationship. More significantly, he said, "I feel like myself again, even though I feel 10 years younger. It wasn't an add-on. It wasn't a novel drug. It was constancy. Let's be clear, it's not a hack. We need to recalibrate. You have more energy when your blood vessels are open. You're more active. You eat well. Your slumber is deeper. Your body regains its self-confidence. Thus, a feedback loop is produced. Increased natural testosterone, increased motivation, and increased blood flow. According to research, important indicators such as insulin sensitivity, morning energy levels, and free testosterone can equal those of men 10 to 15 years younger in just 12 weeks. Consistency is crucial. Your biology is trained to quit acting against you by the routine. In actuality, transformation begins subtly, not with fireworks, but rather with your body reacting to cues it has been seeking for years. Clearer drive when you wake up, deeper, undisturbed sleep, and a little more vigor in your stride. That's advancement. You make a commitment to this practice each morning. You're making a significant impact. You're not depending on temporary fixes or medicines. Your hormones, blood vessels, and neurological system are all receiving a very clear message from you. You are still important. Your body listens, and you're still here. This is a recalibration, not a shortcut. You're regaining equilibrium only by changing the messages you send during the first half of the day. The flow of blood gets better. Testosterone begins to increase. Mental clarity comes back. Naturally, energy accumulates. And confidence, which is much more significant than performance, follows. It returns gradually, but when it does, it alters your self-perception, your speech to your spouse, and the way you enter a room. You feel reconnected. Let's be clear. Instead of chasing young, this is about taking back control. Sending the correct signals repeatedly until your body picks them up and starts to flourish is the key to a full recovery. The steps are visible to you. They're easy. They are authentic. Additionally, they operate in weeks, in rhythms, and in subtle but indisputable wins rather than suddenly. Ignore perfection. Did you miss a minute? Whatever. Every time consistency triumphs over intensity, your body will react 100% if you do this 80% correctly. And keep in mind that you don't have to leave behind the greatest years of your life. They can begin as soon as you make the decision to regain your mornings. It's your time now. Try this 4-step exercise. Continue. Allow your strength to gradually return by supporting your body as it was intended to be supported. Click subscribe. The precise nitric oxide boosting breakfast that my patients utilize to double outcomes is revealed in tomorrow's video. To ensure you don't miss it, tap the bell. Go now and have the best morning of your life tomorrow.